My name is Anthony. I'd first like to go over some of the topics that my partner Peter originally went over, a couple different stats. The first one is the current state of the border is not secured enough. A resident of the Rio Grande Valley sector near the wall named Misocha says she sees drug loads at least once a week, usually large pickup trucks with bales of marijuana in the back, barely covered with a tarp. Immigrant crossings occur almost every night, usually in groups of 10 to 20, rushing by, sounding into many like stampeding horses. So this shows that there's still a significant amount of people and drugs crossing over. And even though some sections are secure, there's still sections like the Rio Grande Valley that aren't, where a majority of drugs are crossing over. And one U.S. official was quoted as saying, "If the American public had any idea how wide open the border is out there, they'd have a heart attack." And to back up that, there was even August 2005, the governors of New Mexico and Arizona declared a state of emergency, saying their states were suffering because the federal government had failed to stem the tide of drug smuggling and illegal immigration. Declarations by New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson and Arizona Governor Janet Napolitano were freed up a combined 2.2 million to 8 border counties in those states. So if 2 governors are desperate enough to declare a state of emergency and need assistance from the government for illegal immigrants, that's saying something. And the second point, many negative effects on the U.S. economy due to illegal immigrations, both local and national. The problem, though, is that undocumented workers are not evenly distributed. In areas like southern Texas and Arizona, and even parts of Brooklyn, undocumented immigrants impose a substantial net cost to local and state governments. The person said that immigrants use public assistance, medical care, and schools. Some immigrant neighborhoods even have particularly high crime rates. And labor economists have concluded that undocumented workers have lowered the wages of U.S. adults without a high school diploma by anywhere between 0.4 to 7.4%. So that's people that are citizens of the United States that are losing out on money that they need, that are in the lower income brackets. And households headed by illegal aliens impose more than $26 billion in costs to the federal government in 2002 and paid only $16 billion in taxes, creating a net fiscal deficit of almost $10 billion, or $2,700 per illegal household. Because these people aren't paying certain taxes, their income goes straight to them, and that money doesn't go to the government. So everybody that is a citizen is paying taxes for all these people for $10 billion worth. And much of the border still remains unsecured. The Border Patrol estimated in 2009 that it had effective control over only 35% of the Mexican border. And most people are arrested on the southern border. 96.6% of the apprehensions by the Border Patrol in 2010 occurred at the southwestern border. But these apprehensions are on the decline, 61% since they started. And that shows that the wall that they have started building is being effective, and that it's deterring people from wanting to cross, and that they are catching those people. There's also, to help with the costs, that they said there's technology that is being used right now and that can be used to help aid in securing the border. This can't replace the wall, but it can help with remote areas that are hard to patrol and that would cost a lot of money to build a fence. There's a new technology that's being used by the Border Patrol called Vader. It's currently on loan to them from the U.S. military and is used to detect roadside bombs in the Middle East, and now Border Patrol is using it to help them catch people illegally crossing the border. Over a 3-month stretch, Vader helped find and detain 1,800 people in the Sonora Desert, and the radar detected an additional 1,900 people that Border Patrol couldn't catch. So this is showing that the percentage of people being caught actually isn't as high as it was originally thought, so there are more people getting through. Because originally the success rate that they estimated was 64%, but this new technology has shown that it's actually lower and that we do need a better system. And Customs and Border Protection officials have even touted the system's effectiveness and testified before Congress that it is changing the Border Patrol's long-term strategy on securing the border. Yet its unique abilities could shine an uncomfortable light on the agency's ability to effectively patrol the border. And Border Patrol is actually currently looking to purchase 2 more of these systems to help them catch people. And then to address the claim that the illegal aliens do not have a significant impact on the U.S. There is increasing crime rates in some areas with high populations of illegal immigrants. While the correlation between illegal immigrants and crime is almost impossible to quantify precisely, the available numbers indicate that Arizona, as well as California and Texas, are dealing with increased crime rates as a result of high illegal immigration populations and activity. The illegal immigrants have a more significant impact on local governments and cities rather than the national, because where there's high populations of illegal immigrants, there's a high demand as far as money by them. And then also, illegal immigrants most negatively affect teens and young adults that haven't graduated from college yet or aren't going to college because they're taking the low-income jobs that they would normally go after. And so most people that are here could be losing jobs to illegal immigrants because they're willing to either work for less or they're willing to work under the table instead of them hiring citizens. So that's all.